und Interview Aleksandra, Ola, die Unverfügbaren. Okay, Ola, I would ask in German, you can answer in English if you like, okay? Or I can answer in English, it doesn't matter. So, just let me know if you understand yourself as a pantomime or is it something different what you're doing? Pantomime.
Ich weiß nicht, was Pantomime ist.
Das sind diese Kategorien.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I understand, but I don't, yes, of course.
Okay.
No. Was ist die Frage? Sorry, nochmal?
Ob das auch Pantomime ist, was ihr macht, diese Art von Performance, oder ist es eine andere Kategorie, ein anderes Genre? Was ist das ganz genau?
Yeah, this has nothing to do with pantomime.
Okay.
What I do.
Tell us a little bit about it, if you feel like.
What it has to do with is embodiment. So basically, what I do on stage, I embody Germain Tillon, which means that in the whole process I explore and research into her, into the essence of her, so that at some point I get access to becoming her. So I create within my system in the sense of me, wholeness, Aleksandra, Ola, space, so that it's not me on stage making movements which I imagine may kind of relate to the story we are telling, but that she guides me, she enters me. I basically surrender and disappear so that she may be on stage, present.
Okay, makes sense.
This is what I do.
Und how do you find access to the character? I mean, das ist ja nicht das typische Rollenspiel, ne? Das ist ja was ganz anderes. Wenn du jetzt diese Rolle oder dieser Seelenzustand aneignen willst, you know, the state of mind, if you want to call it, I think it's kind of a state of mind. How do you find access to embody it? How do you approach it?
There are many references that come into play in this process. It's the text that I receive as screenplay. It is the information I receive from the co-artists who created the text and who have already been researching into the whole situation because I joined quite late. It is my own research into Germain, the materials I watch on YouTube and the materials I read about her. And it is me giving time and space for her.
Mein Freund, wir machen gerade ein Interview, mein Lieber. Das ist gerade... Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so basically...
Can we just repeat it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so can you ask a question?
Of course. The question was, how do you approach allowing the character entering you, or how do you find access to the character in order to embody it as you have described it? Because it's not the typical study of a character. It's something different what you say. It's something that's kind of a different psychological level maybe. How do you approach it?
Well, it's the level of wholeness, you know. So there is no, I mean, there are different levels. There might be psychology, there might be the information I receive from the screenplay, there may be information I receive from the co-artists who have been researching in the situation. There is information from YouTube, from anything I read about her, from the photos and films that I see her on. And there is she as beingness, which is the fundamental access point, which means that I give time and space for her to enter me, to enter my physical body, and through my physical body to enter my thoughts, to enter my emotions, to enter my ways of relating to the situation.
Okay.
So it basically starts with my intention. I intentionally give myself up I open space for her. And I don't expect any particular results. So all the references I mentioned are secondary. You know, they feed me because it's a natural part of the research process. But the first fundamental one, the first and last, is this time-space where I say, Germain, I surrender to you and I disappear. I am you, be me, be within me, live within me through this whole situation.
Is it when you're on stage, when you're doing your performance?
It is within the how to say, within the whole research and rehearsals process. I enter on stage knowing that this is what I've declared, and then I am guided, or I am. Of course, there is work to be done, you know. So I create a pathway based on the screenplay, on what the co-artists are doing, on how the situation develops. This is what I did yesterday. I came here to Gallus and basically created this pathway. What you saw on Thursday was a very different situation. So yesterday I came here and I created the whole pathway. So I have reference points for me as an artist. To find myself in space in relation to the situation to others. But the fundamental level is me who surrenders and disappears so that I kind of take a step back. You know? I take a step back, so she is there. So she is there. So she is there.
Okay. That's interesting, because you see, you give yourself up and you allow her to be there, and you go a step back. Are you still on control on stage when you do the performance, or are you because it's mentioned that you're being guided actually?
Yes. Yes. So it's basically a mix, you know. It's a mix of very different situations, because there is this intention of giving myself up, surrendering and disappearing, so that she may be there. There is additionally the whole technical situation of performing a piece, who is seen by the audience, who is supposed to be given to the audience, who is set in the time-space context of the Gallus theater, who is set within the context of other artists, each of whom is busy with their own stuff, and all of them are co-creating one. So, and because it's the pathway I created is very new, and I'm doing it the first time today, it is a mix of everything. But there are moments within the situation, more and more, as I let it, as I don't need to think where I go, and the moment I start to know the script well enough, which I don't know yet, well enough, when I don't need to control anything. Because I've done the control work, I've done the technical work, and then I can just be, which was not possible today because of the freshness into the situation. But I can tell you one of the moments when she was there, in the last few. I said sorry. It's good.
Maybe just a second.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fine.
So basically, what I want to say that there are within today. Relating to the situation today, there were moments when I was receiving impulses to do something which was not planned, which I did not set. There were moments within the time, space, that I received an impulse to move at this particular moment. In the very last scene, I sit on the chair. So I was sitting, receiving the goosebumps, because I knew it's from her, and I waited until I received an impulse to move.